We were just some players up until our planes collided. Now we fly around united. We on another altitude. All these little bitches added up won't amount to you. The attributes I found in you just set you so apart.
You're locked in with Atlanta's hottest hip hop station, The Hype 87.3.
That's right, it is your girl, TampaMystic, and we are live right here in ATL on the Hype 87.3. But today we got Las Vegas checking in.
Yeah, man.
28th Street, Cedar Ave, is that where you from?
Yeah, East Side Las Vegas, 28th Street, Cedar Ave, wanted to represent the neighborhood.
I love that. That's dope, man. Introduce yourself.
Man, it's your boy Dulamite, a.k.a. the certified king of Las Vegas, a.k.a. I work hard.
Listen, he ain't lying. He out here for a whole week making moves, moving around, shaking it up a little bit. Well, thank you for being here. It's good to see you, bro.
You already know, Tam.
For sure. Absolutely. We got to dive in a little bit deeper. For those who don't know who Dula-Mite is, break it down for us.
Dula-Mite is a Renaissance man. So I just don't rap. I act. Actually, I really do act. Ghostwriter. Some people say songwriter. I'll say ghostwriter.
Okay.
For the moment, because we know how the industry is. We'll talk about that. And then just overall entertainer. So, I mean, I am probably the definition of be yourself.
I love that.
When you make music. I don't want to personify anything else. So the definition of me is being myself. So everything, what you see is what you get.
I think that's one of the most important things we ever do in life, no matter what we're doing, is just be ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
Because I feel like if we have to walk around putting a facade on every day, we're never going to be truly happy.
Well, that's the definition of the world now.
Yeah, it is, especially with social media. A whole lot of cap.
With two P's.
No, facts. Growing up in East Las Vegas, how did that environment like really shape your hustle, your grind, your musical style? Because you've been out there your whole life.
It's funny because when I say I'm from Vegas and I go to other cities, the first thing that they come up with is, oh, damn, what high school did you go to? Mandalay Bay High School? And I'd be like, do you know where you from? They be like, yeah, I'm from New York. So I'm like, so is New York exactly what you saw on TV?
Exactly. That's why, listen, and I don't know, so I'm not going to ask them kind of questions.
Because like, I know that Atlanta is not loving hip-hop.
Exactly. It's so much deeper than that.
People think that's what it is. So in Vegas, it's different sections just like every other city. So I'll just explain it, period. Northtown, which is North Las Vegas, is majority Crips.
Okay.
In that area. But also in that area is a nicer area too. West Las Vegas is basically all black culture. So anything that we wanted as kids to learn about black culture, the library, everything, Kwanzaa, Black History Month, everything, we went to West Las Vegas. But West Las Vegas was like the Moulin Rouge, all of that. So black entertainers stayed on the West Las.
Yeah.
East Las Vegas was multicultural. So East Las Vegas is more like East LA. You got a lot of Hispanics, Filipinos, and blacks. It was so multicultural that I respect so many different cultures now is what created me. So when I see lowriders, I understand it. When I see Filipino food, I understand it. Like, we dress differently from what they dress like.
Yeah.
We was wearing Air Force Ones. They was wearing Cortezes. So, like, we were so multicultural. We was wearing New Balances before it got popular.
Yeah.
So, because we saw everything.
And I love me some New Balances. Shoot, they comfortable.
Yeah, but East Las Vegas, too, they called us the dirty kids, and which was fun because I always tell people, I'm like, cool, it was poverty.
Yeah.
So we're exactly where people say that they're from and lie about. I actually come from that.
Yeah.
I just didn't gangbang.
Man, listen, and I feel like being a music artist, having a diverse background of where you grew up is so important.
It's essential.
Not to say if you grew up in some little podunk country town where there's only a population of 500, you can't create good music. Right. But I feel like you said you were down around so many different cultures that you have you have a respect for how other people do certain things, whether you agree with it or not. I think that's important. That's why I love growing up in Florida, because Florida's like that melting pot. Yeah. We got everybody there,
Especially Tampa.
Especially Tampa. I'm gonna move back there one day. Atlanta's not my end all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. You've been doing music for 2 decades now. Preteen years.
Yeah, preteen. Yeah.
How has, over these last 2 decades, this might be a long one, how has your music evolved?
My first rap name was Big Dookie.
Big Dookie.
Right, I always mean, they're like, why you call yourself? Because I'm the shit. It was stupid as a motherfucker.
Yo, I'm dead.
It was stupid as shit. But like the music that I made back then was it was trash. Let's just call it what it is. Like when you first start, you think you the shit. It was horrible. But the growth has been, once I started getting really good, like my first mixtape, the first song on it was called King Dingaling. Right?
Big Dookie with the King Dingaling.
Right, so the whole freestyle, I'm doing a freestyle talking about, I fucked this motherfucker and she got this dick and I fucked the hell out of you. Right? Everything was get this dick.
My cheeks hurt.
Right? It's real shit.
Bruh.
And so as the music evolved, because I wouldn't mind doing a freestyle about my dick is this long and I done.
Because when you're young, that's the type of stuff that's on your
all
mind.
I'm talking
exactly.
about.
I understood, but
I
it's
was
hilarious.
talking about what I was trying to do. I'm like, all right, I don't game bang. I don't do none of that shit. So what do I do? Oh, women. Oh, yeah. Well, I fucked her. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
But as you grow, you notice it's like even now with the new music, it's love songs.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, I'm a real person. So I didn't see successful relationships in my family.
Yeah.
Like everybody, including my mom. My mom's been married 3 times. My pops 2 times. I haven't talked to my pops in 18 years. I haven't talked to my mom in 3. So I come from a broken home, domestic violence, the whole 9, drugs, whatever. So for me, I didn't see successful relationships. So when I first started, that was my music.
Understood.
I was the product of it. I'm like, relationships, I just want to fuck all these motherfuckers.
Listen, understood, because like they say, you can truly become a product of your environment. If you grow up in a household where the parents are together and they're loving, then that's going to be instilled in you.
You see it, yeah.
You can answer this or you don't have to answer this. Do you think at some point in time you'll be able to rekindle your relationship with your parents?
Nah.
No.
I don't want to. I always, like I said, I'm a real person.
Yeah.
I don't like my dad. I don't love my dad. But I appreciate him.
Yeah.
Because I had him.
Yeah.
I don't like my mom. I appreciate her. I still love her, but I love her from a distance.
Understood.
But what they did do was create the person I am to be not like them.
Yeah.
Some people will let that negative stuff be like, oh, the reason I went to drugs was because, no, I went to music because of it. I went to film because of it, but it made me want to be better than them. So the relationship I have with my son and everything is going to be the basis of me planting the seeds for the new family tree.
Absolutely.
So when I die, hopefully 80 years from now.
How old are you? No, I'm just kidding.
80 years from now, like when they make that tree, I'm on the top of the tree, and then it's like, okay, this is what I created based off of not letting that affect me and made me a better person. So it's seen in my music now. When people hear it, I'm completely honest.
Yeah.
I talk about love. I talk about everyday people stuff because I'm an everyday person.
Yeah.
I would never step over the lines of saying I'm from the tribe or I'm from this gang or nothing like that. That's how my music evolved, was allowing myself to say, okay, I need to use my real life experiences and put them in the music.
I think that's where you build your most organic fan base.
Oh, yeah.
Because people know. They know if you're lying or not in your music. They know if it's cap.
Oh, no more.
Well, now maybe not, but I'm talking when you're first starting out, the people around you, they're going to be like, man, he lying.
Oh, yeah. My neighborhood, when they heard that I was rapping,
Yeah.
they didn't even listen to the music. They just automatically assumed, oh, this nigga talking about gangster shit. And then when they heard it,
He was talking about King Dingaling.
Right. I'm like, I'm talking about fucking. I'm talking about bang bang. I ain't seen
Ain't no
shit,
man going to check you on that. They're like,
Right.
bro, because you got it.
You got it. But when they heard, it was like, oh, you ain't talking about. I was like, no, nigga, I'm not doing that. It was like, oh, okay, we thought you were trying to do. I'm like, no, listen to the music and then judge me. So yeah.
Definitely. So you have a son.
Yeah, my little man.
How did that change your life?
That changed everything.
Yeah.
It made me from a very selfish person to every bone in my body became unselfish the moment I held him.
Yeah.
The best thing that ever happened, and it didn't feel like that at the time, when me and his mom broke up, she didn't allow me to see him for 2.5, 3 years. Like I had to find him.
Wow.
But when I found him, the way that I treated that court date changed everything, even for me and her. I could have went in there, you didn't let me see. I forgive you.
Yeah. You have to find that forgiveness in your heart.
I forgive you. We good. Let's come up with a solution.
Because although she's the mother of your child, maybe mentally you don't know what she was going through at that point in time.
I know what she was going through.
You know, and it's like, perhaps not all the way though. You know what I'm saying?
I know. And in my case, I actually know what she was going through.
Okay.
A little bit of it was vengeance. A little bit of it was anger. I think it was all vengeance and anger at the moment. And we cool now. I actually have custody of him.
That's beautiful. Yeah. But I feel like because she was going through that, perhaps God separated you guys for a reason to allow her to get that off of her heart.
Well, she had got married literally months after we broke up.
That's that whole toxicity I was talking about that I've been through, like not being healed. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully it worked out in her favor. You know what I'm saying? But
I ain't gonna put her business.
Yeah, of course we ain't gonna put her business. That's your mother, your child, and it's like but even though
shout out to her, we good.
Of course,
that's my dog.
Absolutely, and I feel like that. You know, as long as you guys, if you were able to reconcile and things are cool now, then you got custody of your son. That's beautiful.
Oh yeah, after that day we worked it out.
Yeah,
I haven't had any problems since.
That's good.
We've been solid. Like even when I took custody, it was a conversation me and her had, and it was easy.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like we all go through these rough patches in life, and sometimes we have to give ourselves and other people grace, you know, because if we can't find forgiveness in our heart, we'll never move past what it is.
It made me a better person. That's why I said it was the worst thing, but the best thing that happened. I was like, when he sees me again, I'm going to be completely happy.
Absolutely.
And so waking up in peace and all of that stuff, like, that was something I never even had in my childhood, being able to wake up with peace.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy. God is dope.
All the time. So good.
Hallelujah.
Go to church well. So you partner with Even.biz, which is direct to consumer. A lot of people may or may not understand what it is. Why was it so important for you as an artist to make that move? Not to say you don't want to put it on the digital platforms, but to go back to that direct to consumer, what we were doing years back.
That was actually fire too. Shout out to Mag and Selena from Even. Initially, when I signed up, I wasn't even partnered. I was just able to distribute on the site.
Got you.
And literally after like my first 2-day sales came through, they hit me up and they was like, yo, wow. Next thing you know, they got my picture on the artist page, partnered. And so I ain't gonna lie, that was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me because I was ready to quit.
Man.
So to answer your question, I was ready to quit because streaming is trash.
I agree.
Like people...
I agree.
This might be my longest answer. You don't mind, do you?
No, go ahead.
All right.
Let me take a sip of water. Go ahead.
Let me explain it. Streaming is nothing but clout.
Why do you say that?
Okay. So I didn't see that many this year because now people are exposing the clout.
Yes.
But for the past 10 years, we'll see artists put up Spotify numbers and Apple numbers.
They're Spotify Wrapped, you mean?
Yeah. Oh, I got 3.2 million streams. Where's your plaque? It's because you bought it.
Exactly.
But let's go deeper into that. So 1 million streams on Spotify equals $3,000.
Yeah.
Right? So we have people putting up 2 million streams as their wrap up. So that means that you made $6,000. But if you bought the streams, that means that we know that you paid a service for that.
Yes.
Most of the time, if you buy 1 million streams, they charge you $2,500.
Wow.
Right? That's just a maybe, $2,500 to $3,000.
So you're spending damn near what you would get back.
But let's go deeper. They get paid monthly. You don't get that $3,000
all in one lump sum.
All in one. Also, they take their percentages. So really now, you're in the hole. You pay for videos, photo shoots, likes,
followers. Yeah, let's keep it real. They pay for all that.
So if somebody spent $12,000 and they put a wrap up, okay, you're in the hole then.
Yeah.
You're not like people like they can show you how to make money from the streams. No, they can show you how to get clout from the streams.
Yeah.
And I noticed that. So I had put out an album. I'm a real person. I got 147,000 streams off of that. Real streams.
On Spotify?
It was just on Spotify. And I was like, all right, cool. That was like $60-something. It's like,
you were paying for playlisting?
I did this album, didn't even want to do playlisting. I actually they were just putting me on playlists.
Yeah, okay, got you.
So I was like, okay, let me just see what's up. I was like, how much did I possibly make? I'm looking at them, $9 check here, $8 check here. I'm like, damn, this shit don't really pay that
Yeah.
much when it comes to the streamings. Start doing the background check, like, damn, they only pay. Tidal pays the most.
Right.
Tidal pays the most, but that still ain't a lot of money.
Yeah, because I don't think as many people use Tidal. I don't be hearing people like, yo, go check me out on Tidal.
And they should, because Tidal is more, they'll show everything, the production credits, the videos, everything.
Right.
So being verified on Tidal meant more to me than being verified on Spotify.
Got you.
So once I saw, I was like, damn, I only made $200-something off this album, but I spent this, I'm in the fucking hole.
Yeah.
I was ready to quit and just continue doing the ghostwriting. So I was like, what do I do? And then I saw Even. And so I was like, studying what LaRussell was doing.
Yeah.
Like, everybody, you know, brings up Nipsey, but the main person that I studied after LaRussell, the person that came up with it before Nipsey was Ryan Leslie.
Yeah.
So when I was like, damn, okay, so you get merchandise, it allows you to do different things. So, okay, so if somebody buys my album for $25, they get my merch. What does that do for my merch? Somebody sees somebody with the merch on. Where'd you get that merch?
Right.
Oh, now I done created revenue for my merch. Cool. So I did the research.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So like, even now, why I went to Even, what I'm gonna be doing now is like, even for the next album, I'm gonna do 3 private concerts. Pay what you want. I'm gonna have all of my merchandise lined up. Now they can buy the merchandise. So I'm not spending my money and not seeing something come back for it.
Right.
But the most important thing is actual real fans and real supporters.
Absolutely.
So if I'm doing a private concert, this is for people that actually know the words to my songs. It's not a showcase. I'm not on a bill with 25 other people trying to do something. I'm not trying to throw a show somewhere and then it's supposed to fill up 200 people, but it's only 60 people there.
Right. Because I feel like that's what a lot of these artists who have these big numbers run into. Yeah, you got these big numbers on Spotify, but I guarantee you can't fill up a building.
You don't even know where your fans is.
Right.
To the next thing.
Exactly.
Spotify put Phoenix, LA, Atlanta, Chicago. But who are these people?
Right. Who are they?
It could have been 5 people in each one. With Even, I know the name, the email, their phone number.
Okay, so they break it all the way down for you.
So when my album comes out, I can send a text message. Hey, this video is dropping this album drops this day. I'm more in touch with who's buying it. Now, the reason why I'm out here is because I sold 568 copies of my album. 130 were from Atlanta.
Wow.
And I did that without any marketing.
That's great.
So allow me to like, oh shit, now I know Atlanta's one of the cities that actually fuck with me.
Absolutely.
So direct to consumer, you can get your paperback, you can recoup, you do your own marketing, and you know who is actually buying it.
Absolutely. And you can set your price what you want, but people can pay you more than that if they choose to, which is that's another beautiful thing.
Yeah, you can sell your merchandise for certain price points. And then if somebody just wants to pay more, they can.
Absolutely. And the even.biz is at 20% that they take off the back end?
I think they take 10%.
Okay. Well, no, regardless if they take 10 or 20.
That's not bad.
No, because of the fact that you're seeing these quicker payouts and you're seeing a whole lot more money.
They pay you daily.
Yeah, you're getting paid daily and you're seeing a lot more money than you would on them streaming platforms.
Absolutely.
Do you still plan on releasing on Spotify and stuff? No, not at all?
Nope.
Why not?
For what? The labels own all of these joints now.
But I feel like there's some people who are diehard app. Like I'm diehard listening to Apple. That's where I go to listen to my music at. So it's like,
Well, if you get mine on Even, you can download the album. You don't have to just listen to it on Even. Like Even's made different improvements. When they first started, it was just on the computer.
got you.
Then they created the app, and then a lot of
Okay.
people's like, "Oh, I just have to listen to it on the app." I like the old school feel of it. We used to sell the CDs out the trunk. Used to go buy the album.
Right.
So when you used to listen to Jay-Z, you had to listen to Reasonable Doubt, or you take the CD out
Right.
and change it. But if you download it, download the album, put it on your phone, you add it to the playlist.
You can stream it and play it through their app.
You can listen to the album on the app.
Okay.
Or you can download the songs on your phone, and then if you want to add them to your playlist, you can add the songs to your playlist.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Listen, I feel like at the end of the day, you got to do what works best for you and what you believe in and what vision aligns with where you're wanting to go.
Yeah, putting it on the streaming platforms doesn't make sense for me now at the point where I'm at in my career.
Right.
We talking about 20-year-old Dula Yeah, I'm still putting it on there, but for me, I know where my fans are. So now it's just about doubling those fans and staying independent. I actually like being independent.
Absolutely. Like, yeah, if you truly know your fan base is utilizing you on even.biz, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
There are some people who their fan base is probably maybe on Spotify.
Yeah.
So they would want to still put the songs up there to
And I
accommodate
say that
them.
too. If do what benefits you.
Yeah.
If you do both and it benefits you, cool.
Yeah.
For me right now, even just benefits me. And then if it ends up where I want to end up putting everything all on there, I'll do it.
Perfect.
But
Yeah.
right now, nah.
Absolutely. Do they give you an option like a widget or anything to embed on your website if you have it, like, anything of that nature?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So they've definitely stepped it up a lot.
Oh, yeah. They 3 times stepped it up. And like I'm even building my own website to where, put the albums on there.
Yeah.
They click it, but it's also like they're purchasing it from the website.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard, man. Listen, I'm here for that because I feel like I came from the era, too, where you had to purchase music. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like if we can get back to that, which it sounds like going through a company like even.biz, people can get back to that.
Well, streaming has affected just the record industry, period, where the music industry is dead.
Yeah.
When people had to buy it, it was alive.
Right.
But they actually looked for talent then. Now it's just like if you got 1 million likes, you only have to have a song out.
Yeah. Absolutely.
The BET Awards was just content creators.
Yeah.
And you sprinkle in Sexy Red there.
Yeah.
So.
Is that type of stuff important to you, getting to the stages of the BET Awards and the Grammys? Is that important to you?
As a writer.
Okay. So it is important on some certain aspect.
As a writer. But as an artist now, my goal is to, within 2 years, to just have my own tour. It don't matter if it's big cities. I don't care if it's Bismarck, North Dakota, and then I'm in Boise, and then I'm in Seattle.
Sure.
If I do a 10-city tour where I know my music's being played, the most important thing is the Tech 9 thing.
Yeah.
Tech 9 is one of my heroes.
Got you.
Russell's one of Ryan, Nipsey, that independent, really making money outside of the music. Everything that goes with it, that's what I want.
Like when Nip released that mixtape that he was selling for $100 each, they flew off. I tried to get one and I couldn't even get one.
Jay-Z bought 50 of them. And so the fact that Jay-Z bought 50 because he saw what he was doing,
Yeah.
it's no different from Big Baller Brand.
No, absolutely. Yeah. So speaking of touring, you locked in an investor for a 2026 tour.
Yeah, I got a couple people that's invested in a brother.
Yeah, and you don't have to obviously give us all the tea on that because some of that stuff probably still under contract. What?
I got you.
But explain to an artist, if you don't mind giving this portion of it, what is the best way to lock in a deal to get an investor? How do you seek out investors if they seek out you?
Networking.
Yeah.
2 things, network and be yourself. People will go to a music festival, meet people, take cards, take pictures with them. That's it. Like one of the ways that I met you was I met you on social media.
Right.
I would just hit you in your inbox. Hey, Tampa, you good?
Yeah.
Just checking on
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. Create a relationship.
Yes.
We ain't got to be best friends, but at least I'm checking on you.
There's a lot of communication there.
Right. It's bigger than music.
Agreed.
If somebody sees it's bigger than me, he actually really checking to see if I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw you at the gym. How many pounds you lost?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. If you meet and another thing too, you never know. The dingiest person could be a millionaire.
That is facts. Because I know some dingies, but they got that money.
And
they're not flashy at all.
You be nice to everybody.
Yeah.
So whoever you're meeting, don't just talk to them, but really network with them. And that's what happened with me. I just met so many different people, and it turned into business deals. So like for me, like I have my own lemonade called.
I remember you showing me on the live stream we did.
Stepped up now, so it's Exquisite Sensations is now. I got a partner, which is a barbecue sauce called Griff's Barbecue Sauce and Seasoning.
Yeah, let's dive into that because that's diving in on the business side outside of music per se, which could help fund your music career.
Which is what helped fund like the tour that I want to do in a couple of years and stuff. So getting partners with different stuff is the networking, creating those friendships, creating those bonds, all of that stuff. Demon Time Rum.
Okay, I like that name, Demon Time Rum.
Yeah, I met him, Rick. Shout out Rick. Met Rick. Me and Rick got cool. I would just check on Rick, And then he came to one of my listening parties. He had other people that was part of the company come to the listening party. I didn't even know they were part of it. They just met me. They would talk to me, got their number, kept in touch with them, and it just all turned into a big old partnership to where they're going to help a brother out.
Congratulations. That's major.
Yeah, man.
Relationships will put you in places that money cannot.
Yeah.
There are rooms that you can't buy your way into. I don't care what anybody says. There are people out here who I don't care how much money they have. I don't want to work with them because I know that they got that a-hole mentality, and I'm like, y'all ain't fixing to stress me out. I'm good.
And artists, where's the camera at right there? Stop listening to people that's never been in those rooms.
That's facts.
Like, it's too many people that have podcasts that gives horrible advice. You got to put money into your music. And then they be saying this from their phone in the garage. Like, so you ain't even put money into your own podcast. So shut up. So
listen, and that's why I stress to people, I'm like, it just to keep this building up, it's $2,000 a month. Just to keep the lights on, the doors open in this building. That's not the equipment.
It ain't
and
cheap.
Paying my home bills. Like, it's a very expensive investment, and it's no different than with your music. You got to invest in yourself, but you want to make sure and learn to where to invest the right way.
Absolutely.
Because some people just out here blowing money all willy-nilly and then wonder why they're not seeing results.
They'll buy a pair of Jordans and some other shit and be like, dude, you could have bought some merchandise.
Absolutely.
So it's all about the business, but everybody chasing that popularity too. So
it's corny to me. It's so funny because I just mentioned to someone the other day, I was talking about, I won't mention anybody's names, but I have a couple people that I know, and it seems like 98% of what they post online is they post a picture of themselves with a celebrity they met for like 2 seconds. Hey, 50, can I get a picture with you? 50's like, all right, and then they post it like they're best friends. Their whole page is full of that, and to me, it's just corny.
When they work at McDonald's.
And I'm like, bro, that is so corny to me. Like, you don't know that person. That person will never remember you if you see him a week from now. Like,
they don't even like the pic.
They don't like the picture. They don't follow you. None of that stuff. And I'm like, y'all got to stop with that corny stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. But it goes with the title of the album. Being real is a new fake.
Man, that is facts. And we're going to definitely chime in on that in a few minutes. One thing I do want to talk to you about is you did a Doritos Super Bowl commercial. Yeah, and you landed placement on Apple TV Swagger. How do you navigate between music, acting, branding? Because you do so many different things.
It's not work when it's fun. You know that.
Yeah.
Like, this is fun.
This is fun for me.
Yeah, this ain't work. So, networking. Shout out to my boy Joseph. Shout out to CJ Murr. That Doritos commercial actually created me getting a role on a new dramedy that's being made right now. Like, I actually got the script for episodes 2 and 3. I think it's going to be called Shades of Us, but we'll just call it Untitled.
I got you.
Because they're still trying to set it up to where they're going to sell it to, like, different networks. But they got me on there. I'm the show's bruhman. Basically, I'm a security guard that's on every episode, but they're going to work it into... What's funny is the first episode was only supposed to be my only episode. But I did so well, the director was like, we got to write you into the show.
That's dope, man. Congratulations.
So he was like, the first season, you'll be like, bruh, man. And then he said, after that, we're actually going to work you into where you become part of the actual cast.
That's hard.
Yeah. So
that's hard. It's being filmed in your area?
Yeah, it's being filmed in Vegas.
Oh, that's super convenient.
That's the best part.
Yeah, it's right there. You're not
Everybody is in Vegas, and so the Super Bowl commercial is what did it.
And I feel like a lot of people don't understand when you're filming for a series, a movie, it's a lot more difficult because everybody's schedules has to match. That could
CJ's dope. That's the director. He'll hit us up 45 days before it happens and be like, what days can I catch you?
Got you.
And then he'll put it in the schedule.
He understands.
Yep.
Right, because if you got 30, 50 people involved, nobody's going to have the same schedule. At all. So you have to plan ahead of time.
He locks us in early, so he's like, don't make no plans on this day. You locked in.
That's perfect. Shout out to CJ.
Shout out to CJ. And then as far as the writing goes, Swagger, that was supposed to be for season 3 of Swagger, and Apple put it on hold. But whenever Swagger does come on, then I got those placements. And then I also got placements in a couple. I'm out here to actually, today, I'm recording a song for a couple songs for a couple movie placements as far as like songs and stuff. So
that's dope. Have you got a profile on IMDb yet? He said, of course.
It's coming.
It's coming. Okay.
Yeah, well, with the Super Bowl commercial and this
Right,
one,
right.
I finally be on there like this. This will be my pose.
To me, those type of accolades
Yeah.
mean a lot because not everybody makes it there.
Yeah, I just actually paid for that expensive ass membership too for SAG.
Yeah, well,
That shit is expensive.
it is, but think
worth it.
about what you can benefit from it. You're going to make a whole lot more money in the long run.
Yeah, it's expensive though.
So you've been in the music industry for 2 decades.
Yeah.
Plus. Right now, at this point in time in your music career, 2025, what does success look like to you?
What am I am right now? That's a dope ass question. Because everybody thinks it's about rich and famous.
Yeah.
Man, I don't worry about bills. I get to do what I love. I still work a 9 to 5.
And nothing wrong with that.
And I just look at the 9 to 5 as an investor.
Yeah.
To where a couple years from now, I won't even have to do a 9 to 5 no more. So success for me is that my son don't have to worry about having a roof over his head. I get checks to where I could just save him. When he go to college, he ain't got to pay for nothing.
Yeah.
He good. And if he do, hopefully it's grants and all that stuff. But success is putting food, the roof. I don't drive a bucket. I have a nice car.
He was able to afford an Uber here.
Yeah, like affording the Uber. Because people don't realize the music industry, everybody's not rich. Some of the people that we looked up to as kids, then you meet them. That's some of the worst things that can happen is meeting your heroes. And
Yes.
then you see them, you be like, damn. Like I remember, I'm not going to say who it is. I remember it was an artist that I loved their music.
Yeah.
One of my top 20 favorite artists. And this motherfucker asked me for $10 for gas.
Wow.
And that was the first reality check for me. I was like, damn, like this platinum. Nah, music industry is crazy.
Because I feel like artists, a lot of them are either reckless with their money or they sign to a terrible situation.
Horrible contracts.
And they're not getting any of their money. You know, it's like you got to read those contracts.
Tour the world and be like TLC did. TLC was like, shit, we ain't got nothing.
Right.
And there's a bunch of cases. Tony Braxton went through it twice.
Right.
It's just some of the biggest stars. I thought that was a reality check for people. Like, you got to look at the contracts.
Yeah.
But a lot of people get stuck in those contracts because people have to realize the position that those people was in before they signed.
Exactly. Because back in the day, like when a lot of those artists were popular, they didn't have the luxury of Googling stuff or hiring entertainment attorneys. They didn't have those luxuries that they have now.
Yep, they was just like, I got to get to it.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, a lot of people still have that mentality to get to it, but read those contracts.
Read those contracts and hire you an entertainment attorney to read through it and help you get through it to make sure you're not signing into a...
And be careful who you surround yourself with.
Yeah, that's major part of it right there. My circle's about this big.
I had to learn to make my circle that big. You know?
Like that, for
I
real.
had to learn. I made a lot of mistakes in just being with people that I didn't know people wasn't fucking with. And,
Nah, facts. Bigger told me that early on, and I was so glad he instilled so much wisdom into me early on, 14 years ago when I met him, and he was saying you can't always surround yourself with everybody because they will tear your brand down.
Oh, yeah.
You work hard to build your name and your brand and keep your face card good. Some idiot could come along and just mess it up in a matter of like minutes.
I got blackballed because of it.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize I was being blackballed.
Right. Listen, there was somebody that again, like we said, we don't mention names, but somebody that I was trying to give grace to, and they were booking me to do certain things, but they were very unliked, and I quickly found out why. Mm-hmm. I had to separate myself, you know, even though I personally didn't have an issue with that person, because so many people were coming forth about things that happened, I was like, before it happens to me, let me just go ahead and separate myself. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about being real is the new fake. That's a powerful title, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Like, boom, in your face, because it's true facts, and it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings.
Yeah.
The truth hurts, as they say.
Absolutely.
Break it down. Like, really, what does it mean to you?
Man, it's like a bunch of puzzle pieces that you can put together.
Yeah.
Right. I do an example. This happened recently to someone I know. So there's a company in Miami. They recently got bought out. They had 60 employees that was working for the company. Did great work. You just buy a company. Okay, cool. We'll use the 60 people like talented artists. See where I'm going with it. They went to Tijuana, created a big call center, hired 250 people that lived in Tijuana. We'll call that the popular people on social media. Fired the 60 people and did the 250 people from Tijuana. That's being real is a new fake. You can have all the talent in the world, be yourself, et cetera, et cetera. They're going to take shortcuts. That's one example of being real is a new fake.
That is facts, and that has been happening since the dawn of time. Yeah. That type of stuff. It's just now it's being more exposed because of social media.
Yeah, it means like I'll see Wendy Day and other people say, being talented doesn't matter. Shame on you. Shame on you. Because that's what it was.
Exactly. And it's like
Jackson didn't come out platinum.
Right.
Aretha Franklin dropped how many albums before she took off?
Yeah.
When they were like 8. Shame on them.
And it's like I feel like sadly, the way these labels are now, it's a popularity contest. Like you say, Wendy Day say being talented doesn't matter. I don't think she means that from how she feels in her heart.
No, she's saying from the industry.
That's the industry standard, and it's sad that it's that way because, you know, I love me some Wendy Day. Like, you know, she's really responsible for so many people's music careers off of their talent.
Absolutely.
And it's sad that that's the way it is because it doesn't slick matter to the majority and to the masses anymore. And
the people that were in charge of the labels when we were listening, they sold all their companies.
Yes.
So, like, even seeing a black CEO doesn't even exist no more.
Man.
We have Death Row, Rockefeller, Rough Riders, man, Bad Boy, So Def. It was so many different labels that were black owned.
Yes.
And then it just ended up being just QC. And what did QC do? QC
sold. Exactly.
So it's like, okay, when you see hip hop is so disrespected.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
People that have never made music think, look at Jello.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm just a real person.
Yeah.
Jello was ass. He's horrible at the All-Star game. He's from Chino Hills. It's one of the nicest areas that you can ever see. But he's talking about, I got my gun and it's like, this is what we doing? Yeah. It's popularity. It's not about the realness of the artist. What can we get out of him in those 15, 30 minutes of him popping? It went from trying to give people careers to not. But if you really think about it, people have made more money with Drake and Kendrick over the span, and J. Cole over the span of those years than they did with the people that's just there for a good year or two.
It's a major facade.
Yeah.
Smoke and mirrors, as they say.
I could have called the album Smoke and Mirrors, but I was just like, being real is a new fake. When you're actually dope, Rhapsody should not just be winning Grammys. Rhapsody should be just as popular as Sexy Red.
Absolutely. I agree. Do you ever drop freestyles?
I used to.
I think you should do a freestyle, like a really hard-hitting freestyle and call it Smoke and Mirrors. That would be dope.
I mean, on the album, I got a song called Cedar Village Flows. I grew up in Cedar Village. And
Cedar Ave?
On Cedar Ave. On that song, I got a song called East Side Hove. Yeah, I call myself East Side Jay-Z of Las Vegas, but it's true. But I talk about some of that stuff. And the next album, too, is going to be called Selective Outrage. I'm going to talk about that stuff. Yeah. Because in Smoke and Mirrors, I might just name that the song now. Because it's so many smoking. Like, why do I have to ghostwrite and sign NDAs? Why can't my names be on the credits? You know what I'm saying? It's just
agree.
The music industry.
The producers are on there.
Right. The music industry, and even producers. It'll be somebody else that produced it, and they'll take credit because some producers have to sign those NDAs.
Absolutely. That's why there ends up being a whole lot of lawsuits out there because of that. But it's like, I feel like maybe some of these artists don't want people to know that they have somebody write for them, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. In my opinion, I
mean, the days of that is over. Why did he go through what he went through?
Absolutely.
Like, and that's why I say being real is the new fake. Yeah. I like to speak on stuff and be like, this is actually really the truth.
Exactly.
Why did Quentin Miller go through what he went through?
And it may ruffle some feathers, but that's just what it is.
And I'm a feather
ruffling
type. Like, what did he do so wrong in the situation? He should really still be with OVO.
Yeah.
Because I don't say he ghostwrited for Drake. He assisted in certain songs, gave ideas, great ideas, because it was a great album. Yeah. Because Quentin Miller is dope.
Yes. Before we get into the single, we're going to check out in just a minute. Do you have any, you've done a lot. You're doing a lot. Mm-hmm. Do you have right now any big goals that you're manifesting that you don't mind sharing with us?
Yeah. Like I said, the tour. Well, 2 of them. The tour, I want it by 25? We're almost halfway through 25. By the summer of 26 or 27, I want to do a 15, 20 city tour. Just me and one other person.
That's hard.
Like, one bus would be for us. The other bus is just merchandise. I want to be the next Tech Nine.
Man.
That's my goal.
I love it.
To where by 2030, I got a warehouse full of my merchandise. I could tour year-round. Bang. And
that's a very obtainable goal because you work hard and you understand how to get there.
Yeah. The next goal, I want an Oscar by 2030. That's my, if not an Oscar, get like some type of award for like best comedic acting or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I do want to be able to.
You could come out as Big Dookie.
But you never know. Like that'd be a dope name in the movie.
I agree. You know what I mean? Like, I agree.
And be like a parody, like Avion Crockett or something like that. But I really want to like the next album is probably gonna be my last LP. Because I'll be able to and then I just do EPs after that.
EPs and singles.
And
I kind of feel like we're in that era right now anyway, because everybody has that short attention span.
And just take the acting more serious and never know, man. Might be in a movie with Michael B or somebody like that. So
listen, if you are in a movie with Michael B, just call me and say, girl, you got to pull up. I just want to shake his hand, give him a hug, something.
He do just seem like a really nice, genuine type of guy.
That's what, honestly, yes, aesthetically, he's very pleasing, but it's that makes him that much more attractive because he doesn't come off with that sense of arrogance.
Nope.
At all. And to me, that makes somebody so much more attractive.
Neither does Jonathan Majors. Get that boy a break. He was running.
So let's talk about this record. It's called Mahogany Soul. Taylor, is it Weeze or Wheezy?
Taylor Weeze.
Taylor Weeze is the feature on it.
Yeah, from Vegas. He's from Eastside Vegas.
Okay, so shout out to Taylor Weeze. I want to make sure I got your name correct. Tell us about the record. Like, how did this collaboration come together?
It was originally going to be called Mocha Fest. But when Angie Stone passed away.
And she's another one real quickly who was fighting for her money leading up to.
That's why I named
she was in my brain a few minutes ago. I was like, I didn't want to bring it up, but yeah.
Her first album was called Mahogany Soul.
R.I.P. to one of the greatest. She's a legend.
What Tyler Perry said was real.
Yeah.
And Mahogany Soul, like the vibe of the song just fit the title. But dedicating it to her because she was an absolute great talent that should have been bigger than what she was and been paid more than what she was. I think her son is going to actually turn that around.
I think Tyler said he's hiring like a team to investigate and this, that, and the third. You know, he's investing his money to do that for her and her family. That's beautiful.
And D'Angelo's already a legend. So, I mean, Mahogany Soul it got switched to dedicated to her, but the vibe of the song fits the title. And so Taylor Weeze, he actually freestyled the hook.
That's hard.
That's how talented Taylor Weeze is. Taylor Weeze is one of the most talented Vegas artists that I know. Like, he's just dope. And as a person.
Yeah. Again, that matters.
Yeah, I genuinely like Taylor Weeze as a person. Anything he do, he got my support.
That's hard.
Yep, Mahogany Soul.
Who produced it?
It's produced by Track Pros and Rockweiler.
Okay, got it. So we're going to go ahead and check it out. Before we do, anybody that's, wants to keep up with the movement, wants to follow you, give out all your socials.
Everything is DULAMITE from Instagram to Facebook, all of that stuff. And then my website, freshacademy.com, will be here in June.
Got you. And then they'll be able to they can purchase the merch on the even.biz?
Yeah, everything from merchandise, trucker hats, shirts, sweaters, varsity jackets, the link to the private concert I'll be doing later on. Everything will be on Even. Even if you just want to buy the album, go to even.biz. You can buy it for $1.
Yeah.
It's just pay what you want. Yes. So support the artist because this shit is expensive, and plus it shows us who really supports us. So,
that's facts.
And it's all appreciated. I thank everybody that bought the last album.
Every little bit is appreciated.
Absolutely.
Every little bit. Who do you want to give thanks to for just loving you, supporting you, and give them their flowers?
Man, I call my family hip hop. So to hip hop, thank you. But before hip hop, like my family, God is just so dope.
Yeah.
I can give a shout out to Peter Kane, Urban, Juana, man, who else? And shout out to Vegas.
Shout out to yourself too, bro. Don't forget about you.
Oh, I'm proud of me. Everybody know that. And I'm definitely proud of me. I'm always going to be proud of me. But more importantly, just the talent that we have, just a blessing just to do it. So ain't none of that. You know, my confidence, nothing without God. So shout out to God. God is dope.
Absolutely. Anything else coming down the pipeline that we did not talk about that needs to be mentioned before we check out the record?
Get ready for the sitcom I'm going to be on. I think it's going to be called Shades of Us. Don't mark my word on that. Exquisite Sensations Lemonade coming soon. Grips Barbecue coming soon. Barbecue sauce coming soon. Demon Time Rum. If you put in the code Dulamite on their website, so it's demontimerum.com. You put in the code Dulamite without the dash. I think you get 15% off.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my own code. That's pretty
I know
dope.
that's right.
That's fire. So yeah, and you want to just check up on me, follow me on Instagram. I only post business stuff. You ain't gonna see too much personal
I
stuff.
know that's right. Hey, that's the best way to keep it. I don't be posting. I learned not to post nothing super personal because
Absolutely.
people be
one
weird.
more shout out. Shout out to Code 7 and Fifth Element in Vegas as well too.
Definitely. Yeah. Listen, thank you for being here today. We're about to do this all over again on the other platform. So,
Exactly.
y'all stay tuned. But let's go ahead and check out the record if you can introduce it for us.
All right, this is the new record, Mahogany Soul, featuring Taylor Weeds from the new album, The Acquired Taste 2, Being Real is the New Fate. Track pros, Rockwaller. What up?
Y'all stay tuned for it.
Come and see what all the hype is about. Tune in to The Hype 87.3.
Champagne on the yacht, we gon' make it high. We can hit the crib, I can.
Had to start it from the beginning, y'all.
Look, I promise you, the future's looking promising. I promise you, every moment with you is astonishing. It's obvious, what we got is something undivided. We were just some players up until our planes collided. Now we fly around united. We on another altitude. All these little bitches added up on a